Good morning, everybody. It's Miss Liemer-Kelly. Hope you're all well, happy, healthy, finding some time to manage some schoolwork. I had a couple requests about the visual pun assignment, so I'm going to walk you through it using a hot dog. Not a hot dog that you'd eat, an actual dog that has fire on them. To get to photopea, you simply do www, oops, too many W's, .photopea.com. and that'll bring you into the web editor. So it's an online photo editor, and it should look something like this when you're there. I have already shown you this is what we're going to be creating together, and this is a dog I found on the web. It had a white background, and the fire that I had a black background, and I did some editing on there to make it as smooth as possible. So let's get started. So when you're in Photopea, you will open from your computer if you already have images. You're not starting from scratch unless you want to draw this project, which you're welcome to do. I have mine saved in a file called Visual Pun, and I'm going to open up the dog. And there is my Chinook. I am then going to go to the word File in here, not up here in Chrome or Safari or whatever you have. I go to File in Photopea, and I go to Open, and I go back to my file, which I have visual puns, and I'm going to find some of my flames. I used the skinny one in the first one to create my other ones. You can use any of these flames to create flames around your dog. Hit open, and now I have this image here. I need to kind of isolate the fire from the black. So I'm going to go over to this tool here, and you'll see there's your good old-fashioned magic wand. I'm going to bring my tolerance up to a 30 and click again so it's activated, and then when I click, it selected the black. I'm going to then go to this button here, which is your add-on, and I'm going to continue clicking until my black is formed, and in this case it looks like it got most of it. So I don't need the black selected, I need to reverse that. So I go up to the word select and I do this thing called inverse. And now just my flames are selected. I go to edit, copy, and then I switch back to my other tab. Remember, there's two tabs, there's two documents open here. And I go to edit, paste, and there's my fire. Go to your move tool, which is your first tool up here, and you can move it up. I'm going to scale it a little bit. So you go up to the word edit, transform, scale, and I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. And I don't care about if it's fat or thin here because it's a fire, it's not a person's face. But when you're happy with it, what you want to do is then click this button here, and now I'm out of transformation. I'm also going to do a little bit of rotating. So I'm going to go to Edit, File, Transform, Rotate. And I'm going to put that over here. And again, I'm going to hit this. And then I'm going to go to my eraser tool. Now my eraser tool right now is in brush mode and it's in 100%, and I want to use the first one. And I'm going to just kind of clean up by zooming in any areas that look too pixelated with my eraser tool. So I'm cleaning up my edges is what I'm doing. You could also change your brush size by, if you're on a keyboard, you can use your parentheses. If you're on an iPad, you just go up to this little arrow here and you can make your brush bigger or smaller by doing that. I'm also going to get rid of some of the black at the bottom because I don't need that. I want it to look completely like flame, and that's pretty good. I'm also going to go to edit. I'm going to rotate it just a little drop more. It's up to you how much you want to rotate it. And don't forget to hit that check button when you're done rotating. So then I go to my eraser tool again, and we learned this. You can lower the opacity of a tool. So I'm going to bring it down to 50%. And I'm going to take away some of the flame so it looks like it's blending into the fur. You could also do this with the masking tool that we learned in the last couple of lessons that we've done. So I am just kind of getting it so it looks see-through. And certain areas I'm going to take away completely by doing multiple swipes. And I like that. That one came out pretty good. So I am going to go back to my move tool. I'm going to hold down Option. And I think it is Alt on your, if you're using like a Dell computer. But this is the way we made multiple copies on the same layer. Edit. Going to flip it horizontally. You could always do copy and paste too if you want. And there I got some pretty cool looking flames there. I'm going to zoom down. I just double click that zoom thing and that works that way. And again, I'm going to go back to my move tool and I'm going to make another copy. And then I'm going to scale it a little bit more and I'm going to rotate it so it doesn't look exactly the same. I'm going to do the free. So I'm going to kind of make it long and skinnier so it looks more like a tail. And I'm going to rotate just a drop. And then when I'm done, hit that check bar. And then I'm going to go to my eraser tool and I want to get rid of some of these things here. Erase too much. Remember, I'm still in 50%, so I have to do multiple swipes or I have to raise up the opacity of my tool. So I can, if I want it to be clean, I can bring it right back up to 100% and get rid of certain areas. All right, I'm going to do one more. I'm going to put one on his paw. I'm going to click on here, hold down Option, and I'm going to then go up to Edit, Transform. Free Transform allows you to scale and rotate. I'm going to turn it this way. And again, using my check. And you see how this is overlapping here. I'm going to use my eraser tool. I'm in 100%, so it's a clean swipe. And I'm going to get rid of all that. Okay, so now I have 4 flames. They look pretty cool. They look pretty smooth. I'm going to now go to my background layer. So I'm over here and I'm clicking on my background layer. And I want to select just the white. So again, I'm going to go to the magic wand and I'm going to click on the white. If this did not do it at 30% for you, you can either up your tolerance or lower your tolerance. So there's a few areas that I want to bring in. I'm going to go to my add-in and I'm going to click with my magic wand. Some areas that they missed, and I think that's good. Now I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going to do a gradient right on this layer here. I'm going to turn off my flames so that you can see this happen. My layer is above my background layer. I'm going to go to my gradient tool. I'm going to change it to kind of like a fiery color. This one works great. We used it in Coyote. You could do it in linear. I'm going to do mine in radial. And I'm going to start in the center. I'm going to click and drag. And there you go. I'm going to then go to my text tool. I'm going to click on the color up here. I'm going to change it to red. And then I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to then change my font to something that I want it to look like. Let's see what I can find. Something big and broad. So that one looks good. They have weird names here. I bet you that they just couldn't get some of the copyrights for some of the fonts. So now I have the word hot dog. To make it larger, I can double click on it and I can make the size larger from up here. I can also go to my move tool and I can move that over. And while I'm in this layer, I can put an effect on it. And I go to, I think Outer Glow is a really cool one to use for this. Right now I'm in this yellow color. So I am going to just bring up the spread so that the spread is large. And also, yeah, so now it looks like it's glowing, like it's hot, on fire. You can change the opacity if you want. And that's all I got. You hit OK. Turn back your flames back on. And then what I need for you to do, I think I'm going to miss a flame. I need for you to go to File, Save as PSD. That is how we are saving our documents so I can see your layers and what you did and help you out if you did something wrong. All right, that's all I got. I hope everything's well. If you get a chance to do the rainbow project, Operation gratitude, that'd be great. And if not, I will check in with you guys next week. Have a very happy holiday, happy Passover, happy Easter. I hope that you have a good time with your family and that you're all well. I'm going to stop the recording somehow now. There we go.